Yes. What's good, everybody? Welcome to this Thanksgiving edition of Veterans Minimum. Alan here, Lamb here. Your boys are here. Shout out to the good sponsors over at manscaped.com. Use the promo code VM at checkout. You get 20% off and free shipping. Alan, how's your ball region nowadays?
I like to say clean.
Clean, right? You know, sometimes, man, being Greek, just naturally, we're very, very hairy individuals. Seems like I have a sweater on sometimes, even though I'm shirtless. And down in the lower region, sometimes it could get a little foresty, but thanks to Manscaped, the lawnmower is a fantastic tool. It also does its best to, you know, make sure you don't get those like weird cuts sometimes. Like, you don't want to cut anything down there.
Dude, it's the worst.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like nice, precise. The precision is exceptional. They've given us some nice goodies over here, as you guys can see. The cologne is actually really good, dude. The cologne is actually really good. They're
diversifying.
Yeah, there's a crop cleanser too. So definitely check out Manscaped. Your balls will thank you. And they've been good to us. They've given us a lot of free goodies. So check out Manscaped. 20% off. Use VM at checkout. Okay, Thanksgiving. Alan, overall thoughts on Thanksgiving? I'm not talking about this slate. Just what are your thoughts about Thanksgiving?
Oh, it's one of the best holidays ever. You get to eat whatever you want.
Yeah, but like, are you always a fan of the football slate? Because I know over the last couple of years, some games have been snooze fest.
I'm in a weird situation where my family is primarily Croatian and they do not like football whatsoever. So I actually am not able to watch much football until like the night game, which is obviously fitting given that the Falcons are playing this year for the second straight year at night. So I actually don't get to watch too much live football. Obviously, I catch up on it, but look, it's a great tradition. I do wish, like this year, I kind of wish the Packers were involved. You know, better team, but yeah, the NFL made a decision. You know, weird dynamics seeing the Bills, but it's American holiday. Like, it's one of the best ones. You get to pig out, spend time with your family. Come on, like, who doesn't like Thanksgiving? It's like the one holiday I don't like to hear any debates about. Like, you have to love this.
Dude, I refuse to go anywhere but my crib on Thanksgiving because one year I went to a house. My family is all Greek, for most of you that listen to the show know. And we went to a house where they were playing Greek music on the TV. And they didn't have cable. It was one of those, like, ancient Greek homes. And it was a disaster. I was miserable. I did not have a good time. I ate really quickly and was kind of forcing my parents for us to leave because we went with one car. And now I don't make that mistake no more. Now we go with two cars. This way, if that does happen, I could just go to a bar or something. But how do you not have football on your TV, son, like on Thanksgiving?
Europeans, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, the Europeans, man. Those goddamn Europeans. But, all right, as far as this slate goes, man, I think all three games have potential to be snooze fest. So,
yeah, they definitely do. I can't dispute that. Even though I want to hold down for one of the best rivalries. Even with the records being drastically different, I still want to build up New Orleans, Atlanta a little bit, given that it was Atlanta who blew them out a few weeks ago. But at the same time, I can't be overly optimistic about the Falcons. But I don't know. Bills Cowboys don't get me started with the 12:30 game. Salute to you fans that are going to go to watch that, but I don't have much defense for it.
So we got the Lions and the Bears kicking off. I don't know. What do you want to say about this game? Let's be honest. Like, we get to see Trubisky on prime time. Well, in a sort of a prime time spot. Like, it's a standalone game. We get Jeff Driscoll as well. Right now, who would you take?
Man, Driscoll just lost to Redskins. Like that, I don't think we haven't talked about this enough. Matt Patricia should be on the hot seat.
Yes, yeah, but hold on. It should be very concerning, Bears fans, and all you Trubisky. So I think Bill Simmons called them Trubiscoholics. All of you guys should be ashamed of yourselves.
Trubiscoholics?
For the fact that I asked Alan, Trubisky or Driscoll, and he had to think about it. You guys should all be appalled. That's all you need to know about this game. Alan, I do not want to spend time on any of this game. Both teams have no chance at the playoffs, right?
No, not at all. Two of Trubisky's picks against the Giants, especially the one in the end zone, like, I just don't know what he's seeing at this point.
That's the most athletic play Ogletree has made in like 2 years with the Giants.
Oh, Jesus. I will say, though, both teams do have some individual talent. Like, maybe Kenny Galladay or Marvin Jones will put up a spectacular catch.
Sure,
or,
and Allen Robinson balled out against the Giants as well.
yeah, or Khalil Mack might just throw people around. Like, there's talent on both sides of the ball, especially between both teams. So I guess that's one factor. But I don't know. I think both coaches are kind of coaching. I know Matt Nagy won't get fired, but I don't think he's good coaching. Don't get me started with Matt Patricia. It's a matchup between two, I would say, massive underachievers. Because especially with the way the Lions start. Remember in like late September, we were talking about the Lions. Oh wow, they might actually be a problem this year. And now they're 3-7-1, and they just lost to arguably the second worst team in the league.
Yeah, I mean, there's
A team where they had to charge their fans $5 to just show up.
Yeah, and a lot of times they were giving out tickets for free as well, too, I heard. God. They were doing a lot of radio spots to just give tickets out. Look, I don't want to spend much time on this.
I just want to make fun of, like, losing to the Redskins. That should be just jobs should be lost for that.
I do want to say the 4:30 game has the most playoff implications, right? Yeah. You got the 6-5 Cowboys coming off a dud, really, against the Patriots, but weather was pretty bad as well. But the Bills are sitting at, what do we got? 8-3. Yo, like the Bills, I looked at their schedule, they could get to 12 wins.
Whoa.
Like
if the schedule's to get tougher now.
Well, nah, I don't think so. They have another game against the Jets. They have a game against,
I know they play the Patriots.
Yeah, they play the Patriots. Pull up the schedule right now, but I do think that
they got Cowboys, Ravens, Steelers, Patriots, Jets.
Wait. So what team was I thinking about then?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
all right.
I see them losing. And we're talking about Cowboys, Steelers, Patriots all on the road, and then Lamar going to Baltimore. I think it's a difficult slate. Yeah, Jets, that's a winnable one, but no, I just think Buffalo's kind of feasted on weaker opponents. Look at the past few weeks, but. Look, I think they're really overachieving. I have to give them. I think they're 1 year ahead of where they expected themselves to be. I think Sean McDermott is a very good coach. I think he gets kind of a lot of stick because the whole Nathan Peterman play Peterman over Tyrod Taylor was a very indefensible move. But I think the way he's built that roster, just accumulating all this defensive talent, has really helped them develop into a legitimate playoff team. And I think the signings of John Brown, Cole Beasley, albeit players that were kind of forgotten about and kind of secondary receivers, they've been playmakers. And it hasn't been the most ideal fit with Josh Allen, but they're just making it work right now. So you have to give kudos to Buffalo. They're not the most pleasurable team to watch, but look, they're going to bring it every week. There's no question about their effort. It's just, I do think they're missing a couple of positional areas where I don't think they'll ever be like a serious threat, but I think they're ahead of schedule. So that's why I think they should be really encouraged of where they're at.
I think the defense is going to play well because they tend to show up.
Trey Davis White against Amari? Whew.
Man, Amari. Whew.
Oh, man, he's got to go off Gilmore Island first.
That island is no joke, man. They pulled up Ian Harvitz, put out a tweet, and they show like some of his numbers against the top corners, and it's crazy. I want to say one thing about the Cowboys. I do think this is a team that when they play a good team, they haven't bode well this year, right? They played the Patriots, lost. They played the Vikings, lost. They played the Packers, lost. And then they lost another game. Who's their other loss?
They lost to the Jets.
The Jets too. Which
we're missing one more because they lost 5 games. But yeah, they lost to the Jets in the most preposterous way. Saints, which was Teddy B's second start. But
yeah.
New Orleans on Sunday night primetime. Good luck trying to beat them in that dome.
So I don't know what to make of Dallas, man, because I was starting to buy into the Dak stuff. Now is it Jason Garrett? Is it the defense also kind of
Jason
like
Garrett?
That defense also, man, it's kind of suspect, don't you think?
Van Der Esch might not play again this year, which I think has been a big loss. Jalen Smith hasn't looked the same either.
They both complement each other really, really well.
Right. I do think Sean Lee's had a kind of a resurgent year, but I just think the issue with Dallas, it comes down to just situational coaching and just the thought process behind kicking a field goal in that situation, down 13-6. It's 4th and 7. The Patriots haven't really moved the ball well all game. Like, I just don't understand how is Jason Garrett just still not that he's not just there, but like how hasn't he adapted? Like you see all these coaches across the league between what he did against the Vikings where they ran the ball with Zeke on 2nd and 3rd down when Dak was cooking, and on 4th down you target Zeke. Like you have Cooper Gallup and Cobb just eating them alive. Like we ranted about this a couple of weeks ago. It's just some of the stuff that Dallas does from a coaching perspective, it's just really infuriating because I do think they have a Super Bowl caliber roster and they're wasting away right now. They're very fortunate that Philly is in absolute free fall right now because I think Dallas will get punched in any other division.
The Cowboys had a 3rd and 3 6 times yesterday against the Patriots, and all 6 times they passed. And when you look at that weather too, it's like that does go to coaching.
And they were running the ball pretty well.
Yeah, Zeke was playing well.
Yeah,
I mean, you couldn't really throw in that weather. Like it was just bad across the board, and the officiating was pretty rough too as well.
But the tripping was just.
I do think that this could be a spot where I think the line is wrong. I think I would lean towards Buffalo as a 7-point favorite. Buffalo benefits from this is a short turnaround, and this is the Bills are playing at home where Dallas has to come home from the East Coast too. And I know it's not really, Seattle going back from Philly, but I do think I believe in stuff like that. So I do like the Bills here on the point spread.
Oh, boy, straight up.
Oh, straight up, yeah. I think the Cowboys do win this game. They should hope they win this game because like the Eagles are doing everything in their power to just give you the division. I said in the beginning of the year that the Cowboys were going to go 8-8, and like their over under was 8.5. Sorry, it was 9, and like I think push is viable too. Like 9-7 can win that division, and I think the way it's shaping up, you're gonna have to play Seattle. You might play a Minnesota. I would not pick in favor of the Cowboys in those spots.
Not with that coaching, and I think Jerry Jones has every right to be infuriated. Like he's talking about it, we shouldn't be 6-5 right now. He's right about that. Like this is a really good roster, and some of the games they've lost, it's just unacceptable. And I do think in terms of this matchup, I think I'm most excited to see what Dallas's front four does. I do think Buffalo's offense line is pretty below average. I want to see Lawrence, and I think Michael Ben's had a pretty nice impact so far, and Robert Quinn, we've been talking about him for weeks. So I think Dallas, they could do some serious damage up front, and I'm not sure, will there be a Cole Beasley revenge game? I wonder,
like DFS. Oh yeah, all in Cole World.
Like if Cole Beasley catches like a 13-yard pass on a 3rd-6, like how does the Dallas crowd react? Like for years, that's what they've seen. So I think it'll be like he's already going to work right now in DFS. Nick, he's like, yo, I got to play Cole Beasley.
I'm making a note of that, yo.
Got to play Cole Beasley. But I'm excited to see if Dallas's offense is a bounce back game. I do think they have one of the best offense in the league, and we mentioned before Cooper going against Travis White. Just it's a really good matchup actually on paper when you look at it. I have major questions about Buffalo's offense, and I can see Josh Allen turning it over 3 times. I think he leads the league in fumbles. It's either him or Danny Dimes. I'm not sure. But,
oh yeah, you watch your tone.
But I know Josh Allen is very loose with the ball, and I think Dallas has the playmakers up front and even in the secondary if Allen wants to get crazy with the scrambles where they could capitalize that. So no, I do lean Dallas heavy unless Dak has one of those games, but I'm pretty confident Dak in a bounce back spot.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Dallas, but I do want to see them bounce back because good teams when they get embarrassed like that, and I know the score might not show that, but I do need to see Dallas bounce back. All right, let's get into this last game. I know you're gonna have an eye on this one. I'm about to ask you the most important question I've ever asked you in the history of our friendship. Is Julio Jones washed?
Oh God,
man, he let me down. Mount St. Julio did not erupt. I got the cosign from Allen, Allen, gave me the cosign that the eruption was coming. He put it, 9 of his 14 games. He's run over 100 yards. He's dominated them. He had that monster game a couple years ago, and I was all in Julio, as I am every week, so I got to say that. It's always Julio week. But, man, it seems like Ridley's really emerging as the home run threat for them.
Well, Julio got hurt yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but which is also another thing. Like, he's always like, he hasn't missed many games.
No, he just gets banged up.
But he'll miss like a couple drives.
Yeah, which is obviously not ideal if you start him at DFS. Another thing is Tampa's passers. They had like 6 sacks, 13 hits. They got after Matt Ryan. That Vita Vea, Shaquille Barrett. But Vita Vea, shout out to Vita Vea for breaking the record. Heaviest player
guy to score a touchdown. Yeah, that was crazy.
Falcons defense stays breaking records. Yeah, unbelievable. But no, I don't think like Julio, he got banged up. I think he will play Thursday, which is fascinating because we're not sure what Marshawn Lattimore's status is. Obviously, it's one of the best matchups in the league from a receiver cornerback perspective. But when it comes to Julio, though, look, things happen. I don't know what to tell you with that. Really is developing, although I thought really was responsible for Ryan's interception yesterday. Just it was like a 50-50 ball, but you expect the receiver Ridley's caliber to go up and get it. He didn't really high point it that well. So there's still some weaknesses in Ridley's game. Like you watch DJ Moore, who, oh my God, DJ Moore is a stud. It was same draft class. I thought Ridley was better than Moore. I'm gonna eat my words on that one. DJ Moore is a stud. So not to bring that, but
DJ Moore definitely balling out. Ridley also balling out. I would be happy though with Ridley, man. I don't think it's not like DJ Moore is Michael Thomas. And
he's
Ridley
put up numbers though right now. I'm really impressed with DJ Moore.
Right.
And I think you almost dislocated his elbow yesterday. So I don't want to like compare. Obviously, you are going to compare it to, but Moore went before really, so you can't really be too critical. It's just one of those players are always going to be connected, kind of like when Julio was always connected with AJ Green. So, but as for this game, I'm somewhat excited, but obviously yesterday major letdown. Falcons kind of got punked by a dysfunctional Tampa Bay team, even though Jameis Winston did his hard best to give
that game away, which is like the case with him nowadays. I do think with this game though, like the Saints could be attacked, man, and I don't know if even with Latimer, like it from the beginning of the year we saw with the Texans game, like they kind of got lit up by those wide receivers in Houston, and I know those are stud wide receivers too, but
they've had some really good games. Like they shut down Dallas.
Well, I mean, like this is the second time this year that Cooper puts up a 0. It happened with Latimer shut him down, and then obviously what Gilmore did. So like, I don't think.
Oh, we're still sticking with Amari.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like you say they shut down Dallas, and it's like all right,
okay.
But like
no, I'm just saying the offense in general. Like Dallas offense has been really good this year.
It has, yeah. They were the number one team on PFF. We talked about it last week on the preview show, but. This game, it's going to be interesting because Atlanta's the home team. So you do have that. So I do think that's going to play a little bit of a role.
Yeah. Matt Ryan on a short week, he took a legit beating in that game. They had to take him out just to protect him. Like Matt Schaub had to play the last few drives. Like when you get sacked 6 times, hit 13 times, you got to play 4 days later. And Saints pass rushers, we know they bring it. Cam Jordan, Marcus Davenport, Sheldon Rankins, all those guys. Even though Atlanta did shut him down the first game, you look at the coaching matchup, and you assume Sean Payton's going to make the adjustments with Dennis Allen, where it's like, okay, they're not going to get out coached again. And I don't think Drew Brees is going to be as conservative as he was in the first matchup. So that's why I heavily lean New Orleans. But you mentioned before a crazy divisional rivalry. Anything could happen. That's the one thing I will say. And Teron Armstead being out is huge. Like, Brian Burns on Carolina was eating him alive. He was going after Drew Brees. So, hey, if anyone knows that capitalized on backup tackle, it's Agent Claiborne. Ask Cowboy fans about that. But
that was what, 6 sacks that he had that time?
7.
7?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! Oh boy.
But I do expect New Orleans to make the necessary adjustment. There right now, they're trying to play for the number 1 seed.
Yeah, and also they got the Niners coming in next week. God. So that's gonna be a barn burner.
Dude, that's gonna be an incredible game.
Yeah. So if you're the Saints, you can't slip up again because if you already slipped up with losing that game.
Should have slipped up yesterday when you think about it.
Yeah, Slay missed that field goal there, which was crazy because that was shorter than an extra point, folks. That was a 28-yard field goal. That was just too. That's unacceptable, man. I'm sorry. Like you just shouldn't miss like that. You shouldn't miss an extra point. It's so close, But
I think it's also should be known in this game that Kamara looks a lot better than he did a couple weeks ago. Kamara was just coming back off injury, so now he will be. I would assume like 100% going this one. As you know, Alvin Kamara, he's capable of breaking open any game. So even though Deion Jones, I have faith in Deion Jones could match up against any linebacker. This time, so Alvin Kamara, he's just too much. So that's a really exciting battle. I think that's something you want to keep an eye out for. Between that and then, of course, Jones if Lattimore plays. And I should also be noted Desmond Trufant didn't play in the previous game, so he'll match up against Michael Thomas. Although, man, Michael Thomas, offensive player of the year contender. You have to put him right up there right now.
I was listening to someone make a case for him to be MVP. Like
it's a little too hard.
Right. He's not going to win MVP, but there was a strong.
I'll put him up there with McCaffrey for offensive player of the year. He's put up insane numbers right now, and he just gets open.
Yeah.
So it's not just schematically because people are like, oh, Thomas, he's a possession receiver. He gets those like 6-yard hitches, and then he does stuff out of the catch. Like, no, man, you saw that last drive. He broke Bradbury. I think it was on a slant and go. Like. He's phenomenal, man. I think people just get aggravated because he flexes after every catch. Like, you see Michael Thomas makes a play, he goes like this.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, let's let him do his thing. Like, it's just...
That's his pose. That's his
signature pose. I think it's just because Falcon fans get all angry, but they're just like, oh, Michael Thomas. But he's a stud.
He's probably... Where is he as far as wide receivers to you?
He's got to be in the Julio Hopkins category. I think those two and him. it's weird not putting a B there anymore since he's gone. And
Right.
I love Odell, but it's just I don't know where to rank Odell at this point. Given what the offense is. But yeah, between those three, and then of course Devontae Adams and Amari Cooper and Tyreek Hill, I think that's like the top category right now.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you on that one. I can't think of anyone else that jumps off the screen when you're looking at them as far as the top wide receivers in the game. As far as the pick goes, I do think that the Saints get their revenge and they win in Atlanta. Atlanta's just so up and down, which I know it's not really
Mostly
a surprise
down.
to you. Mostly down, but yeah. It would have been funner to see them if they would have won that game against Tampa Bay, man, because you would have had that momentum coming in, 3-game winning streak, and you're playing the Saints again. And
They just got shellacked too. That's the most problem.
Yeah, they didn't look good.
And Matt Ryan took a beating. Like, it's hard for a guy like Matt Ryan's almost like 35 now. Like, he's played a long time, and he's just coming, and he just had an injury this year. So I just think to ask a quarterback on 4 days now to come back after that beating and just go up against the Saints defense that will put pressure on a quarterback, it's concerning. And who knows what Julio's status is. It's just there's not a lot of things favoring Atlanta. And I don't even think the crowd's going to be hostile. Everyone's like, oh, it's a big rivalry game. But I just think everyone's kind of fed up with the Falcons at this point. They're just waiting for new coaching staff to come in. So, yeah, I'm going to go New Orleans, probably heavy.
Yeah, I think New Orleans definitely wins and they get their revenge. Enjoy Thanksgiving, everyone. Check out manscaped.com. Use the promo code VM from Alan, from Lamb, from VM. Happy Thanksgiving, and we'll catch you guys on the Monday pod.